Hey everyone, Kevin with Here Divinely Designed, and I have another mixed media photo layout, and I really liked the first one I did, and I was just sort of interested in doing more. So, and I decided I think I'm going to do kind of a project with some photos of my mom, and maybe put together some mixed media layouts in sort of an album with a bunch of different photos I have. So this one was of my mom just having a really good day at this place out in Lancaster we like to go, and I really like that picture of her. She was having a lot of fun that day. So the mixed media layout, again, is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. This actually is just sort of the background paper is sort of a wood grain, like planks of wood, that I sort of stamped on top of and did some stenciling. So in the background, I have a couple of stencils for inking. I have sort of a Fern stencil and this one from Tim Holtz that I use the sort of glass, rings or spill rings from it. And then I used a stencil to do some embossing down here with some embossing paste, this little bird stencil. And for that, I used Studio 490. This is Wendy Vecchi embossing paste, and I used that to sort of do some embossing down there. I also, and I also did sort of a wood grain. You can pattern embossing here, and that's Crafter's Workshop stencil that I used. It's a really big stencil, but I got this from Blitzy, and they had a big sale recently, and they did a whole bunch of stencils, so I didn't have a lot of stencils, so I got some. So that was the stenciling, and then I did, for the background also, I did a lot of sprays. So I used a whole bunch of different ones. I stayed in the green and blue family for the most part, so I used some Dylusions Fresh Lime, and then a few Heid swaps. I had Citron, Teal, and Mint that I used to do most of the background, and I have a little bit of pink in there as well with some dots, some splashes. So I have pink and blush sprays that I used as well. Later on I used a little bit of, I didn't actually spray it, I just sprayed it into a container and applied it with a brush kind of around some of my things. I used Lindys Stamp Gang. This is called Long John Silver, and this one is called Screaming Banshee Black. And I used that sort of mixed with another Dylusions melted chocolate spray. So I used a lot of sprays on this one to sort of do the background. And I also have these chipboard pieces that you can see sort of as embellishments, and what I used as the frame. And these are really cool. These are from Blue Fern Studios. So I used this one here, which is sort of this circle with sort of this flourish that had sort of, reminded me a little bit of a fern thing, and that's what I sort of took it from. And then this leaf chipboard piece that I also used. And I painted them with some silks. So I did, for the chipboard, I used silk. This one is, what's this one called? Pretty Peridot. And I also used some gold on it, and this is called Emperor's Gold. Along with the silks, I actually had used some gelatos, sort of in the green and blue family as well. So I just sort of mixed them to give it some different, greens, some darker, some lighter. On top of, and then with these chipboard pieces, you see I have these other ferns which are much more three-dimensional, and those are actually mod melts. And mod melts are, you just use, it's Mod Podge who makes it, but they're like glue sticks, and you put them into molds. This is another mod melt of a little butterfly I ended up not using, but you can paint them, and they don't really do so well with water-based things, although you can use acrylic paints, but like a spray doesn't work super well with them. But they do work pretty well with alcohol markers too. And then I have, what else did I do? Oh, on top of this embossing, on top of this embossing paste, I used some embossing powder for the bird, and this is from Lindys Stamp Gang, and it was called Reindeer Moss Green. And I guess I kind of took that a little bit literal, because some of my textural elements also then I used some moss. So I have this packet that I got from Joann's, but it's just called the Moss Collection. It was in their flower section. But you can see there's a couple of different kinds of moss in here. I think this is called Reindeer Moss, and I used some of this other dark green moss kind of over here. And then I just have some twine, and I have this sort of textural, I call it a ribbon, but I don't know what actually else to call it. It's just sort of this open weave kind of jute thing that I put on the bottom here. And it's really hard to see, but there's actually a silk ribbon behind all that. And then I used some buttons that I just had laying around. This is another antique, this is an antique embellishment, no, antique brad from Stamping Up. And they come with a whole bunch of, these are really pretty actually, a whole bunch of different sort of cool looking brads in them. So I used that as an embellishment. And these are just some push pins, or you know, brads also. These little pink ones. I think I got those from Michael somewhere. And then this is a Studio Calico wooden piece that I embossed with some Zing powder called Neon Green to sort of give the title for my mixed media page again. So this one I called Oh Happy Day, because the picture reminds me of just a really good day we had that day. Just sort of nothing really exciting, but we just went out and had fun and ate ice cream and snacked and shopped, and it was just a really nice day. So that's it. Okay, so you probably are going to see some more mixed media stuff from me. I know I just posted a video and asked if you were interested, but I kind of like doing them, and so I think you're probably going to see some more. But I will still do some other, you know, soap videos and bath and body videos too, so they'll be coming up soon. So, okay, that's it. Short video again. Comments, questions, leave them below, and thanks. And you know what? Here's a question for you guys. What are some of your favorite mixed media YouTube sites or blogs or websites or whatever? Since I'm just sort of getting introduced to it, what are some of your favorite sites to go to if you like mixed media? Where do you go for inspiration? Where do you go to buy stuff? Let me know for once, okay? Alright, that's it, everybody. I will talk to you later, and have a great day.